Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Saltcast. I am your host, Alex. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Sebastian and Bert.
Welcome.
Today we have a movie review. We all watched Godzilla X Kong, so we're going to talk about that. We'll give our thoughts, kind of break it down, and see what each other thought about it. We haven't talked about it at all, really, so get to hear what each other think. But yeah, that's like the main focus of this episode. We think we have a couple news things, and then we'll probably get right into the review. So, you guys have anything?
Yeah. I have nothing, as always.
Nice.
You go first.
Okay, so I just have a couple things. That Marvel like Overwatch style game, they just released like some gameplay footage of it. It looks exactly like Overwatch. I talked about it last week. Even the art style looks like similar to Overwatch, kind of. But yeah, that was kind of interesting.
I'll probably take a peek at it just to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in playing it, if I'm being honest.
I think it's going to be free to play, so I might just see what it's like, and then probably...
It could be the best hero shooter ever. I just don't want to play a hero shooter.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I'm kind of burnt out from the genre.
Yeah. One other thing I have, and then that's my last news thing. In the comics side of things, I want to see what you guys think about this. If you think it's going to actually be what they say it is, or if it's going to be stupid. But Marvel's doing this like summer event. I think it starts in like May. I think it's called Blood Hunt. It's like they're marketing it as like their bloodiest and like craziest event in like a long time, and apparently like the tagline is like, who's gonna bite it in this, like, come buy the comic in May 2024 or whatever. But I think Blade's supposed to play like a big part of it. His solo series is kind of like reaching like a sort of an ending point, at least with like the current arc, so I think it's going to tie into that. And then a bunch of other Marvel characters like across the Marvel universe are supposed to be a part of it, from the Avengers to Spider-Man, both Spider-Man. All kinds of other players are supposed to get in on it. But one of the interesting things that I haven't actually seen Marvel do very often, or at all, at least since I started reading comics, is they have like a red band version of the stories that they're going to do, with like an uncensored art style to it. And I guess there's like, it's supposed to be like the rated R version of the story.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so like that alone kind of makes me think, oh, maybe it is going to be like something pretty dark and gritty, which is not usually like the Marvel tone.
Yeah, I find that stuff more interesting. So I like the Netflix shows a lot.
Yeah, because like every Marvel event, like I don't really get that interested in them, because they all basically end with like the world being exactly how it was anyway. Like the mutant stuff is kind of the one place that things have changed a lot. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I'm gonna check that out and see, just for the the uncensored cut of it at least.
Let me know.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have.
That's it?
Yeah,
I actually don't have that much either.
I only had two things.
Not a lot. That's okay.
I only have three things. Number one is a quick one. Apparently Sonic 3 just finished filming, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, nice. When's the Knuckles show supposed to come out?
April 20-something.
Oh, cool. So this month.
Yeah, some 20-something. I can't remember exactly. But yes, this month.
On what, Paramount?
Yeah. Also, they released a new like test highlight video for the new Skate game, and showing like the grind mechanics and how they have given you the ability to like transition grinds, which you could not do in Skate 3. You'd have to like jump and then just land in the other grind if you wanted to switch grinds.
That's pretty cool. That can help, I don't know, tricks and stuff. Yeah, it was
a pretty cool trailer to see like the different transitions, how you can just slide from one like grind to another without having to just like awkwardly jump
Definitely
off.
helps with the fluids and the feeling of the game.
Yeah.
Get some pretty sick lines.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Last thing. So Halo's back again.
No.
I think I told you they recently updated their networking model and added this new anti-cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned this.
Yeah, apparently it's now overrun with cheaters and like 99% of games are unplayable because people are like flying around and teleporting.
Good game.
Yeah, that's pretty much par for the course. I'm not very surprised at all.
Isn't that sad?
But you know what's tragic about it was like 2 months ago or something, they put out a test for this new networking thing and everyone's like, yo, this is really easy to hack. And then they didn't fix anything and just put it out.
Sounds
Yeah,
par for
I'm
the
not
course.
surprised. Yeah, way to steal my line, Bert. What the heck?
Say it faster next time, dummy.
I already said it.
Oh.
Point
But-
is, that game sucks now. Well, it always has,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, that was quick. So
Nice and short today.
See you guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
We kid.
Yeah.
Don't click
So
off.
let's get into the movie. We'll get into the movie review. We saw Godzilla X Kong last weekend. So it's kind of fresh in the mind. Initial thoughts. What did you guys think? Like right off the bat. Like,
Way better than I
bad,
thought.
good, okay. Okay.
I thought it was all right.
It was exactly what I thought it would be. So I was very happy with it because I was not expecting too much. And I wasn't expecting it to be horrible. And I got exactly what I thought I would get. So I went into it very happy. I got my popcorn, got my candy, and got to watch a bunch of monsters beat each other up.
Yes.
Which is basically what I expected.
Yeah,
I didn't-
it was like slightly better than I thought it was going to be, but not much
I
better.
enjoyed the monster
Yeah,
fights in this one a lot more than in the first one.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I mean, they did have more of them, but I still think the best fight out of like the whole Godzilla / Kong verse, even
Yeah.
their solo movies,
it's called
is
the
the one in-
Monsterverse.
is the one in the first movie on the boats. The first Godzilla
Oh,
Kong
and they're
movie.
under- yeah, that
I
is a
think
pretty
that's
good
the
one.
best fight.
Yeah, I do like that one. That is a good one.
But this one had
Um,
more good ones because that movie had like 2 fights total.
Yeah, I think there was 3.
Yeah, something like that.
And the people
But yeah, I
story
probably
was more bearable, I thought, than the first one.
Yeah, the people are always never very good in these movies, but it's like it did enough to like not annoy me. But yeah, it was fun. It was like one of those movies where you kind of just turn your brain off and enjoy like the spectacle of it all. It was just like a lot going on all the time, like lots of action.
Insane
like
lore
you're not
drops.
really
Yo,
yeah, you're not really too
I don't-
concerned with like the greater story.
I don't know why we've been having such bad luck with movies lately. Last time with the cockroaches. I don't think you noticed this time, but not cockroaches again, but I had a terrible experience. I sit down to watch the movie and this guy like 3 seats to the left of me pulls out a whole ass laptop and starts doing stuff on his laptop in the middle of the movie for like the whole thing.
Dude had
Maybe he's a
business to
movie
get
critic.
done. Oh yeah, maybe.
Like he's that was so annoying though. He was
That
just
would
sitting
be
there the
annoying.
Like
whole
do that in the
movie.
back or something, you know?
We were like,
In the middle.
Or
Probably-
like you get a notepad and just write it down and then type it when you're not in the theater.
it was so toxic. And I mean, like, and he was next to me, kind of like same row. Like, imagine being behind him. That would be even worse.
I know with it
Oh,
shining
yeah,
right in your
that would
eyes.
be. I'm glad I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
I've never seen someone just pull out a whole ass laptop in the movie.
Kind of a flex.
That is crazy.
Luckily, it wasn't the case. But imagine if he had like a loud ass keyboard or
Had a
something.
mechanical
He's just
keyboard.
typing away.
Yeah, you're just
Cherry
hearing him
Reds.
click the whole time.
Yeah, what if he brought a mouse pad and was clicking?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
He had a pen in
But
his hand.
yeah, so let's get back to the movie. Let's talk about the actual fights that like the main ones that we saw, because there's a lot of them. Like there's a few of them that are like super quick, and they're just like they cut really quick and like it's over. And
well,
they don't
Godzilla
actually
steamrolled through like 3 guys so fast.
Yeah,
It was actually
Godzilla's
really
kill
cool to
count in this
watch.
one was crazy.
It was on
He goes
site.
and kills. Yeah, he kills Scylla, like immediately, just blows its head off. Who else does he get? He goes because he's like building power throughout the entire movie because he senses like this other threat that's like approaching.
He's
So he's
gathering
kind of like
radiation.
he's going to different like nuclear power plants and absorbing different radiation from all
Arctic
kinds of places.
place.
Yeah,
With
so
the
that's what I was going to
magnetic
get to.
fields.
He goes to like the Arctic and they have some science to explain it, how it's like the
It's
most
like his
radiation.
solar energy
of the
in the
magnetic
world or
fields.
something.
So it has a
Yeah,
lot
or
of
something like
energy
that.
stored.
And so
Basically something where you're just like, okay,
They say
whatever.
so.
and the Titan Tiamat is down there, which that was pretty cool. He goes in there and basically just destroys it and rips its head
Takes it
off
out of
and
its home.
floats to the surface. Yeah, and just takes over. Godzilla's a menace in this, but he's really not in it as much as Kong. Like Kong is definitely the main protagonist of the movie, at least I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Godzilla is the coolest one.
Yeah, I love Godzilla more than Kong for sure. We have like an entire scene. I wanted to talk to you guys about this one. There's an entire scene between Kong and some apes where they're just speaking in ape, and it's like
Oh yeah.
it goes on for like a solid 3 to 5 minutes where it's just a conversation. We have no idea what
mean,
they're
you can
saying, but
piece
like
it
you kind of
together.
like make it out. Yeah, but it's like kind of funny. Like they fully leaned into that whole thing with Kong being the focus, which was kind of funny.
So we're just going to talk about the fights, or are we going to go in order? Because I have a question if we're just going to
We'll
not
just-
go in order.
Yeah, let's just bounce around. We won't really.
Okay.
break
So
it down
what
from
I'm
the beginning to
confused
end.
about, I'm going to do like a quick, literally like 1 minute summary. Basically, Kong is in the center Earth, Hollow Earth area.
Yeah,
He's alone and he's sad because he's the only one. Eventually, he finds other Kong type beings.
yeah, other apes.
Yeah, and then he goes in there. They're assholes, except for one that he like kind of saves, and then they all
Not
start
even-
respecting him.
Yeah, not even in the beginning
tried to
though. Like
kill
that
him.
little.
He tried
Yeah,
to kill
son
him
of
for a
Yeah, I know.
while.
We'll get to the specifics later. I'm trying to give a summary.
Okay.
Okay, go.
So they're assholes. He gains the respect of like the general of them, but then like the main one dog shits on him with some like slave dinosaur thing that he has.
Yeah,
So then Kong
Shimu.
retreats, gets an upgrade, goes for help because he can't do anything on his own, and then him and Godzilla go back and they're like, let's do this, while the humans meanwhile are discovering that Mothra is alive, and they bring Mothra into the fight, and then it's like a big fight at the end with Mothra, Godzilla, and Kong versus Monkey, Ice Dinosaur.
It would have gone different
Yeah.
without Mothra. It was kind of
Well,
Yeah,
I think they would have
Mothra.
still won, but then all the apes would have escaped to Earth, so they would have had to go hunt down all the apes.
Yeah, Godzilla also would have killed Kong.
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Mothra.
That's true. Anyways, though, my confusion comes here because the whole point of the story was these monkeys are trapped. They were trapped by Godzilla, right?
I think so. Well, Godzilla beat Shimu back when like the first or second whatever ice age, which is the ice dinosaur that you're talking about. It's Shimu. But he almost died like in the process. So, but I think it is Godzilla that trapped him there. I don't remember how the apes got there.
They were trapped
The
too. That
apes
was
were
the whole
using
thing. They were like
Shimu
Scar.
as like a powerhouse
Oh,
because
yeah.
they were using him, like they were controlling it by force with that crystal thing, which I'm assuming is a part of it somehow. Don't really know how that works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
what
here-
it. Yeah, that's
The
what it was.
confusing thing is they specifically said Scar, I think his name was Scar, leader monkey guy,
Scar
and his
King.
monkeys. They are trapped here, but they were not trapped. They walked out.
I don't think
easily.
they knew how to get out.
Yeah, they didn't know
remember how
until they
Kong
saw
fell
Kong
in?
do it.
Like he broke the floor.
Yeah, that's how it was.
And then once-
that's what opened their like
Seal.
the second area in the
Hollow
Hollow Earth.
Earth.
Mhm.
Yeah, basically, it was like what they called it, like Deep Earth or something, Deep Hollow Earth or something like that.
Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. So they were trapped until how did the ground
Kong
break
broke it
anyways?
when he
I
was
don't even
getting
remember.
chased in the beginning by those like lizard things.
Yeah.
And he blew up the cliff.
Okay, whatever. It's definitely stupid. But they're like they've been trapped and then they just walk out.
Yeah. Yeah, but that is what happened. He did bust down the
He like
roof or
blew it
something
up
somehow.
and then he like opened up the hole.
Yeah, because he would make traps and stuff.
He's a smart
Kong was
monkey.
low key like a genius. He was like playing people like all over the place.
I know. It was so
Okay.
cool actually.
Yeah.
All right, it makes
I
sense
liked
now.
how
It makes
they
sense.
were a lot
I
more
think.
expressive this movie than the first one. Like they
Yeah,
would smirk
and
into each
especially
other
Kong.
and stuff. It was actually kind of funny watching Godzilla and
Yeah.
Kong
I'll be
smirk at
honest
each
though.
other.
I prefer when they fight in like cities and stuff because a lot
Me
of
too.
times they're fighting in these Hollow Earth areas, and because they're in like Hollow Earth and not a city, it doesn't even really seem like they're big. It just seems like they're normal
Yeah.
size animals. You know,
This has always been an issue in the MonsterVerse movies because
agree.
Godzilla is like this is one of the biggest versions of Godzilla size wise. Like he's huge. Like I don't think any other version of Godzilla is as big as this one. Other than there's one from like a Netflix trilogy that is massive. Like he eventually like eats planets. Yeah, it's crazy. This one is this one is giant. And then like that in the last movie, Godzilla versus Kong, when he's standing on that aircraft carrier, that shouldn't be possible. Like he's way bigger
you mean
than
it
that.
should sink?
Yeah, like he would just destroy it.
No physics
I mean,
required.
he randomly his size literally shifts throughout the movie sometimes. It's like weird.
Well, that happens in this one. I don't
Maybe
know
if
if
you
you
can
remember, but
control-
when Kong goes, this one was so obvious to me. I was like, what the hell? How did that happen? But like when Kong first goes into Hollow Earth and finds all the monkeys, and he's like in there, and then they pull out their ice dinosaur, that thing is massive. Like its head is bigger than Kong. But then at the end of the movie, Kong is bigger than that thing.
He's petting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought about that too. Yeah,
I was like,
it just
what?
randomly
I thought
the
that
size
thing was way bigger.
Yeah, depending on the scene, the sizes of the monsters like change sometimes, but it's whatever. So suspend your disbelief as much as possible. But yeah, I liked we got a little bit more of the like MonsterVerse lore too, like a little bit. Like I kind of like that stuff. I always find like that kind of thing interesting. Like we got a little bit of it in Godzilla and versus Kong, and then like more of it in this one with the like the story of how Godzilla and Kong fought each other like thousands of years ago.
That was interesting.
In the first one, it made it seem, I think they retconned this now in this one, or at least this is how I interpreted it. But in the first one, they made it seem like there was multiple Godzillas, and that they had like a war with the apes, and then Godzilla's people were killed off, and then Kong's were also. But now in this one, like they basically changed it because they only talk about a singular Godzilla, like implying that this Godzilla is that same one from like thousands of years ago.
I feel like there was not multiple Godzillas. It was just multiple monsters.
I can't remember. I
thought it was
always thought that
multiple
they were talking about
monsters.
multiple Godzillas.
Because this could be like totally wrong, but I feel like I remember there being like a drawing or something of it specifically showing like the multiple monsters
In this
versus
one,
the Kongs.
in this
No,
one,
in
or
the
in the
last
last
one.
one? Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I didn't realize that because
And
I always
I-
thought it was multiple Godzillas.
I'm not sure if I'm just imagining this, but I'm like pretty sure I remember at some point seeing like a reference to that one that has the spikes on his back.
Shimu, yeah, they did teaser in
No. The nice monster that's friends with Godzilla usually.
and
He
Gears.
rolls into a ball. Yeah, him.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. I do remember seeing that.
So I think I was, at least from what I thought, it's been so long since I've seen that movie, but I thought it was like Godzilla, him, and like other nice monsters.
Yeah, like Rodan, maybe. I think Rodan was another one in that. But regardless, they did retcon some stuff because they made it very clear that it was a singular Godzilla that kind of like did the whole thing.
I think it's better that way.
I want a prequel. I want a prequel where we see the other cool monsters.
I wanna
wanna
go-
see Anguirus
Yeah, I want to
and
see
Rodan
that big fight
and
they were talking about.
Megalon.
Rodan was in King of the Monsters with Ghidorah
Barely.
and Mothra. He was there though. He had like a few cool parts.
I actually was surprised that Mothra showed up. I'm happy that happened.
Mothra was OP.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it either. But that was another thing that they added a little bit of lore to and stuff, like Mothra's people. Like that's always been like somewhat of an interesting kind of thing in like the Godzilla verse. Mothra's people and their connection to the monsters.
Pretty cool.
Which I kind of like the way that they did it.
Humans evolved with Titans in the beginning, but then at some point they split off.
Yeah. And then
is that the case? I thought that like the Under-Earth people are different from normal
They said
people. Like
that
they
in the
weren't.
beginning.
yeah, they're like a separate tribe that split from
because I think that war
the surface
caused it to split because Mothra separated the two to prevent the...
That's not what... You're talking about the Skull Island people. I'm talking about normal people. Like, normal people are not the same as the Skull Island or the Under-Earth people.
Are they not?
Yeah. No, yeah, they're not the same.
No, I thought they were, but they were more connected to their roots because they grew like, they grow up around it. Because they stayed around,
they're like
humans have moved out.
They're like they're like an isolated tribe that like had no contact with the outside world.
No, I know, but I thought that like Human Origin said that at one point in time, like as a species, humans lived along the Titans, but then they split off. But that tribe stayed with the Titans, and then like the rest of the species went off to the surface.
Oh, I mean, probably. I mean, the Titans have been around longer than the humans, so I mean, at some point they had to have been existing.
It's all confusing.
Yeah, I wish they would figure out the lore so we can actually know the truth, because I find it interesting, but it seems like there's a lot of different
I just want to see Gigan, the coolest monster in Godzilla's universe.
Gigan. I like Gigan. Or Megalon.
He literally has claws, like his hands are like hooks, and he has like a saw blade in his stomach, and he shoots lasers out of his eyes.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that doesn't get much crazier than that. That is a true.
Well, I mean, Godzilla
really
eats
cool
planets.
design.
And he can teleport.
Yeah, but like this Gigan literally has a saw for a belly. Like it's crazy.
What? And he teleports.
Yeah, Gigan's crazy.
To me, at least, Gigan is like by far the coolest looking monster in the Godzilla universe.
I might have to agree. He is pretty cool. But what other thing? Dang it, I lost my train of thought now. But as far as like the lore stuff, I think we kind of hit most of it. Oh, I do like the things that they do with establishing like Kong and Godzilla as two alphas, like Godzilla. Oh, and they do say this in the movie. They give like Kong and Godzilla their own little lore. Like the Kong and the apes are the protectors of humanity. They protect the humans, and then Godzilla is like
nature,
the protector of nature and the planet itself. Like he is what keeps balance in the world.
He's the Avatar.
So he kind of is the Avatar. Like he is.
You know what I think? Sorry, go.
I was just gonna say he is literally there to just keep everything balanced. So like if humanity does start to fuck up, Godzilla will destroy them, and he has done that in the past.
I think it's hilarious that Godzilla on the regular just destroys entire cities and no one cares.
Well, there's an insurance company, one.
Yeah, but like he destroyed all of where was the beginning? It was like France or something. Like,
but if you think
he destroyed
about it,
like a huge section of France.
Without
Rio,
Godzilla,
he destroyed.
It would be a lot worse, I think. Like humanity would probably be extinct without Godzilla by this point, with all the Titans attacking.
I mean,
they
I
would.
kind of agree with you, but I feel like I don't know. It's like a weird.
I feel like there would be
like
people
in real
against
life.
Godzilla.
I feel like. Yeah, in real life, I feel like it wouldn't just be, let's all let Godzilla do his thing. It would be, let's find out how to kill every monster,
even in the movie,
and
they try
Godzilla's too.
Like, whenever Godzilla's attacking, like, cities or, like, power plants, they try to bomb them, but it's normally a fruitless effort.
Yeah, like, humanity has no chance against Godzilla. The closest they came was with Mechagodzilla, and they used King Ghidorah's, like, DNA for that. So, like, yeah, there's nothing they could do.
The best hope would be to modify Kong.
I guess.
And they started to do that, yeah. He still got fucked up.
Yeah, Kong doesn't stand a chance.
Kong needs a full mech suit. That's his only chance.
Dude, he needs an Iron Man suit.
Yeah. But yeah.
So anyways, Godzilla sweeps through a bunch of monsters. Meanwhile, Kong's fights. He fights like 3 monkeys, one being a baby. And there's a hilarious scene where he beats the monkeys up with the baby.
I was actually laughing out
that
loud.
was good.
That was going down.
That was good. He just started swinging him around by the leg.
That was good. I liked that.
Yeah,
Using
that
him
was
like a
good.
butter sock.
Yeah.
Damn.
I like
Carly reference.
They humanize Kong a lot more too in this one. Like he kind of gets it in
Dude,
Kong
he
Skull
had a
Island, his
toothache.
original movie. Yeah, that part was even cool too. Kong gets his tooth pulled and gets like a titanium tooth.
But like when he's going up to the top world to get his tooth fixed, he's like acting like a baby, limping in pain, because it's a little toothache, and it's just cool to see that even like big monsters still feel relatability.
Yeah. And then it was cool how everybody like freaks out when he comes to the surface because they're like, oh god, if Godzilla finds out that he's here, like shit's about to go crazy. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, you were saying about how you don't like how Godzilla kind of just goes through towns and nobody cares and he destroys everything. In the Godzilla TV series, like the Monarch series that was out like it's been a few
Apple
months
TV.
now. Yeah, that one. They do talk a lot about that stuff, and they show like the results of Godzilla and his impact on the world. Like there's an episode in that where a big focus of it is like they have like warning sirens and like entire like escape routes paths through a major city in Tokyo, and there's like Godzilla warning like security measures and all kinds of stuff.
Bunkers.
They showed in the movies that they keep a tabs on where he is pretty much 24/7. And all the Titans on
Yeah,
there.
they're constantly tracking him.
I mean, he makes it easy. He sleeps in the middle of a city in a coliseum.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
What are you supposed to do about that?
Yeah. He shouldn't even be able to sleep in that thing either. Like, his size is bigger than that.
Maybe he can shrink.
Yeah, when he stood up, it was the size of his
Maybe
foot.
the amount of radiation determines his size.
He does actually get bigger the more radiation he absorbs. That is a thing.
So maybe after his fight, he expended it all. So he's tiny and just slept.
I mean, I guess maybe.
I feel like his power up didn't seem that good.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
After he powered up, he seemed pretty much the same as the last Kong versus Godzilla movie.
He just got skinnier and was able to
He
sprint.
just changed colors was like the only thing. Like I didn't feel like he did anything that seemed like, wow, he couldn't do that before.
I think his beam did more damage because I think in the first movie Kong got hit by it and it hurt him, but it didn't kill him. But didn't it like?
He didn't die in this movie either.
Right. So then, what? It just changes colors.
Yeah. It's not like in King of the Monsters, I don't know if you guys remember, but he gets like a super power up from Mothra because Mothra like sacrifices herself for him. And he goes like full nuclear and like starts glowing red and is like able to blast like nuclear radiation from his like skin. And he like is a walking bomb, which that was like an obvious power up.
I guess it's just hard to compete with the atomic breath of -1.
Well, especially because we never really see Godzilla have to put up a real fight. Like he always seems like he's kind of has a handle on the situation.
Yeah, the closest we saw to him getting beat was by Mechagodzilla, and that was after he had fought Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Mechagodzilla actually, his atomic breath or whatever you want to call it, was more powerful than Godzilla's, which was kind of crazy at the time. But yeah, I agree. His power up was not like significant enough. It was literally just a color change.
They just did it so they had an excuse to have more monsters.
Yeah, and it probably helps differentiate him from Shimu also because they both were blue.
Oh yeah.
And what I think would have been cool to see more of, and I liked the Kong versus that water serpent. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. When the Sun Kong is like tricks him into the lake. That was a good scene.
That was.
I liked that scene.
And then he just killed it and casually walked away.
No, then the baby ran away.
They ate
and
it.
Then he killed it and then threw his axe in the head right in front of the baby's path.
Yeah. And then they started eating it. Yeah, that was a good one. What did you guys?
Those are like the main side. Those are like the main side fights. Like besides that, I think it's just the actual fights.
Yeah. What did you guys think of Kong's little like power up? He got like an infinity gauntlet, pretty much.
It was pretty cool.
I think that it didn't really seem. No, I guess his seemed like more useful, but it didn't seem like it was useful in terms of he's more powerful now. It seemed like it was a direct counter to that guy's like whip with the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ice, like he was just able to take more damage because he could shove it in Godzilla's mouth. He could like deflect atomic breath with it. Like that thing was like Captain America's shield plus like a freaking infinity gauntlet.
It was insanely durable. Like I don't know how they
had like an electrical
that.
like it had like an electrical pulse too to it.
It was like electric knuckles from zombies.
Like if Godzilla can't bite through or destroy that, why do they not make buildings out of that?
Yeah, right.
Or at least bunkers like around the street level so people can run into.
Or they're freaking tanks.
Or planes.
Yeah.
Like why is the only thing that Godzilla can't destroy Kong's glove?
And they were focusing it the entire time. Like they knew they needed to get that glove off of him and they just couldn't.
Yeah. You know what I did think was a little disappointing was Scar King. Like they hyped him up so much in the movie. And then at one point in like the final fight, like we'll start talking about the final fight now, but Kong literally picks his ass up and throws him, like tease him up for Godzilla to like smack him with his tail like a baseball.
Well, even in the beginning, they showed that.
Yeah, Kong beats him in the first fight. He literally beats him instantly, and the guy's like, "Let me bring an ice dinosaur."
Yeah, he calls him a crutch.
He was so like, man, like the marketing hyped him up so much, and it kind of like fell flat. Like he was kind of a joke,
like a slimy, like takes advantage of an innocent thing because then they make the ice creature like a dog at the end.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, he was weak.
He was not strong.
Yeah, he definitely was weak. What other major plot points do we need to hit? What did you guys think of the human story? I don't really think.
I forgot most of it.
Yeah, I honestly I did too.
The mom was pretty much worried her daughter wanted to leave her, and she didn't.
Basically, they had Gia came back, and I can't even remember the mom's name. I don't remember it. Yeah, pretty much. She's like
the one that awakens Mothra.
The bridge.
She brings Mothra back.
Yeah, she reawakens Mothra. Mothra's basically like a phoenix. She never can die. She'll always come back. And she's the queen of the monsters. I love the Godzilla Mothra like relationship too. It's funny that the monsters have these kind of like instinctual relationships with each other.
Well, it was pretty cool. They're like when Kong was trying to get Godzilla like help, and he was like trying to stop him from fighting, but Godzilla was just and was just charging him.
Yo, the best part of that was once Kong actually started fighting, and Kong was even upgraded at this point, Godzilla still beat him for a third time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Godzilla took Kong being there as a threat, though. Like when Kong did his roar, he was like, "That's a roar of challenge, not a roar of I need your help."
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
but how else are you supposed to get his attention?
I thought that was
especially in an emergency.
Yeah, Godzilla's like a cosmic entity almost at this point. Like
he's so
just
aware,
like, so powerful. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, unless do you guys have anything else you want to say about like this movie particularly, or do you want to like talk about future stuff?
The final fight when they're like all of them before they like go back to main Earth, I felt like was way better.
You think so? The part in the Hollow Earth?
Yeah, because Mothra was actually in it.
Cool. And then when they were in the Zero G briefly, that explosion
when Godzilla was flying around.
It was what was cool about the Zero G part was like Kong and Scar King looked like they had no idea what they were doing, just randomly floating, and Godzilla was like kicking off of debris to fly through the air like he'd done it before.
It was crazy. Oh man. When I saw Godzilla like looking like a torpedo flying through the air, I was like, wow, this is this movie is just full in on the crazy. And
Godzilla, man, reference that only Bert's gonna get here to a specific scene, but Godzilla looked like he opened the 8th gate right there.
He really did.
Oh man,
he's making his way to me by kicking air.
It's like I don't think you've watched it, but Mashal Muscle or Muscle Magic, that anime.
Talking about Mashal?
That one. He flies in the anime by like kicking the air. Like by fluttering his feet really fast. Yeah.
That's such a classic anime thing. He's so strong. He kicks the air to move.
And he's just having casual conversations while like hundreds of feet up, fluttering his feet.
But yeah, they lean like way into the crazy in this one, which I kind of liked it. I was ready for it. So it was exciting the entire time. And there's just like so much spectacle and awe to everything.
I wasn't really bored.
That I was cool with it.
Actually, I was...
No, yeah, you can't really get bored. I didn't want to
leave like my seat to go to the bathroom, so I was holding in a pee for like half the movie.
Yeah, I think I liked it slightly more than the last Godzilla Kong movie.
Yeah, slightly. I think I would have to agree.
Yeah, me too. I definitely liked
probably
it more.
Just a little bit more. Yeah. But I think that's like the main stuff. We kind of covered it all. Godzilla and Kong team up at the end with the help of Mothra a little bit.
Well, the last half of the last fight isn't even really a fight. It's them like trying to destroy that crystal thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Scar King has a crystal of Shimu to control it. And basically wherever he points it, Shimu attacks, and he's basically got it enslaved. Shimu is like one of the OG like Alpha Titans from the beginning of time. Or at least time on Earth.
Why doesn't that act like Godzilla?
Well, it's more of like a passive monster. It's super powerful, but it doesn't have like a territorial thing. Like Godzilla is extremely territorial, like, and it takes everything as a challenge. Shimu kind of just chills in the Arctic, and it created the Ice Age.
Passive Titan, so
things
to
like
speak.
that. Pretty much, yeah. But it is extremely powerful.
Just because I'm not sure what happened, or if I just forgot, what happens to Mothra after that?
He goes back to sleep.
She's still, yeah. I think she's still in Hollow Earth.
She with the squad, the people.
Yeah, because they like worship her, and she's so like basically a god to them.
Okay, so she stays there, and then Kong takes the ice thing back down and becomes like the monkey lord.
Yeah, Kong's the new king of the apes. Now he's really King Kong.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla's on the surface as the king of monsters. You got Mothra down,
but it makes
Hollow
you
Earth
think,
as the
like,
queen, and
how does another movie happen without like just
something magically appearing?
Kong has an army now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kong literally has an army.
So they would have to somehow separate him from his army for another movie to happen.
This is a good segue. So what's next? Like, I feel like the only legitimate threat, there's only two.
Gigan.
There's only, maybe. I don't know. I don't think Gigan's strong enough either. But there's only really two legitimate threats that can like pose like a potential harm to both Kong, his army, Mothra, and Godzilla. Like all three of the or four of those like pieces are going to have to be involved at some point. And those two threats are either Space Godzilla, like it's got to be something from outside of Earth, because Godzilla alone will fuck up anything on Earth. So if you want to bring like multiple space kaiju in, so you'd have to bring in like Gigan. You could do Mecha King Ghidorah. You could do like the space version of Mecha Godzilla. Like you could do that if you want to like bring in lots of monsters.
Here's what they need to do. They need to do the plot of the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters game. And you're thinking, what? That's stupid. But it would work, and it's what people want. You get pulled into space with Godzilla, and the whole movie is a tournament. So they just bring in a ton of monsters, and Godzilla's working his way to the top of this tournament.
That would actually be kind of cool.
I'm not really familiar with what you're talking about.
Like the aliens like abduct all the monsters in Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Here, I'll break it down.
Literally. Yeah, go.
Okay, so for Bert, since you don't know, and I'm sure other people don't know, there's this game that was like in the early 2000s for like the Nintendo GameCube basically the story of it is, I forget the name of the alien race, but they invade Earth and they send down a message to Earth and they're like, we're here to invade your planet. Basically, you need to give us your strongest titans or whatever kaiju and fight for your right to basically exist. So they go to like Monster Island where all of Earth like has kept their monsters now, like they have them contained.
That's impressive.
So like, yeah. So they take Godzilla, like Anguirus, Rodan, Mothra, everybody.
Yeah, it would be a great movie, I think.
Yeah, and so they move them to different parts of the Earth. So basically, all the monsters break out and they're roaming the Earth. And so the aliens like set up fights. Like some of them fight in London, some of them fight in Tokyo. Like, but they send like different ones. So like Megalon, Gigan shows up.
It's literally just a tournament. Godzilla has to work his way to defeat their strongest monster, and then they're like, "All right, you're strong enough to earn your existence," and then they leave.
Yeah. Pretty much, and you fight.
That does sound like
Godzilla at the end.
Perfect, just action movie.
And if Godzilla's too strong, you have Anguirus go against one of the weaker ones, or like Kong versus Gigan.
Very true.
But I don't. That would be cool, but I don't think it's realistic. I don't think.
I don't think it would happen, but I think that would be a great movie.
Yeah, it would be fun, but really, the only two legitimate threats are Space Godzilla and Destroya. Like, those are the only two that can, like, legitimately challenge Godzilla. Space Godzilla is just as powerful as him and can just do more because it's not from this planet. And then Destroya is literally Godzilla's weakness. Like, it shoots an oxygen-destroying beam, which, like, can kill Godzilla. In lore and in canon, like, Destroya is the strongest of all the monsters. Like, it's the only one that can actually kill Godzilla. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Destroya was actually created by humans by accident, because there was like an original Godzilla, like back in like the early creation of Godzilla, that the humans killed with an oxygen bomb. Like, they dropped a bomb that destroyed all the oxygen in an area that Godzilla was in, and it just died from that. But in that process, they like radiated and created a mutant like crab monster, and it eventually grew and grew and grew and turned into Destroya and was like Godzilla's weakness. So like the son of the original Godzilla had to fight that and go into like a nuclear bomb mode and explode itself to kill it.
That's cool. It's cool that something finally.
I just want to see the tournament arc.
Yeah. But like Destroya and Space Godzilla, like they have other monsters like Gigan and stuff that they could bring in to like fight against Kong and his army, and like you could use the apes as like fodder against them. Like Kong shows up and then a bunch of his apes get killed and he's like, shit, I need Godzilla's help again.
It just sucks like that the cool monsters that will show up, like Gigan or Megalon or whoever, like they're obviously going to lose just because they have to lose for the plot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of the stake away.
Yeah, it does. But I think that's going to be the direction that they end up going. It would be cool to see another Kong solo movie and another Godzilla solo movie, though. I don't know if that'll happen. I think they're kind of just going to always team them up now till whatever the end of the MonsterVerse is.
Potentially.
But
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think that's pretty much it for the movie then. Does anybody have anything else they want to say? Oh, let's do our final scores. Bert, you go first. What do you got out of 10?
I'd say 6.5.
Okay, yeah, I think we're pretty close.
I'm also
there.
thinking 6.
It's above average.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go high 6. So like 6.5 ish.
Much better, not much better, but better than I thought it was gonna be. I actually might have given it a 7 if I hadn't seen Godzilla -1.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it's no comparison to that at all. But it's fun. It's a fun movie. Like, I would go watch it again,
nice
honestly. Like when it's like available,
Godzilla.
like to stream or something. Yeah, like it's just a fun movie to watch. Like I would rewatch some of those fights and like skip around and watch some of the cooler moments.
Watch a compilation video of it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun movie. go with your family and get popcorn, candy, and just like turn your brain off and just like escape and enjoy a really fun, action-packed, crazy monsters fighting each other movie. It's fun. But yeah,
I agree.
Think that's it for the movie stuff. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
We could talk about the last X-Men episode.
Yeah, we can we'll finish with that then. We'll just run through that real quick. Bert, did you watch that?
I think.
Oh, okay, nice.
Wait, it's episode 3, right?
Yeah, okay.
Episode 3.
Yeah, you know what's wild? That we didn't even mention in our episode 1 and 2 thing that there was another Jean that showed up. We totally forgot to mention that.
Yeah, at the end.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of funny.
I knew that was coming, though. And everything that happened in episode 3, I knew was coming. So I want to know, as somebody who you both didn't know, like, anything that was going on. Like, what did you guys think? Even when I saw Jean was pregnant, I knew that just so you guys know, this is going to have spoilers for X-Men 97. Just when I saw Jean was pregnant, I knew that wasn't Jean.
Yeah, I mean, in the comics and stuff, I'm sure gave you a lot of foresight.
Oh, yeah, that's ripped straight from that.
I didn't know it was coming, but once Clone Jean showed up, I was like, okay, she's definitely the real one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trope. But, man, that was a good-ass episode. I really liked that episode. And that's knowing what was going to happen. Like, I kind of roughly know what's going on, but, like, right away they brought in Mr. Sinister. I didn't expect that.
I loved the part where they were in, like, that alternate dimension. That was such a cool section.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Do you know who was really hot? The evil Jean.
What the hell, Bert?
Oh, man. You like Madeline?
Yeah.
Madeline Pryor?
It was definitely easy on the eyes.
She had, like, the long black...
Bert was like, this show's pretty good.
Yeah.
I had to sit
her outfit was crazy. Yeah.
I think I actually do prefer Evil Jean to Good Jean, though. She was way less annoying.
Dude, Evil Jean actually brings up some good questions.
Yeah, Evil Jean's not even evil.
She's just confused.
She's just misunderstood.
I can fix her.
She was evil for like 10 minutes. She was evil for like 10 minutes in that episode.
I mean, if you think about it, wouldn't you like have a psychotic break too if you just found out that everything that you ever knew was a lie?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a fair response. Yeah. And like give yourself psychic powers on top of it, like you're gonna go a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, they do Gambit so dirty in this. Gambit, so I hope that like Gambit gets some justice, because
Gambit, I don't know, the way it's like seeming to me is like he's about to go evil.
They're really just fucking with Gambit right now. Oh man,
this guy seems like he's about to just attack.
Yeah. Scott, man, I really felt for Scott too. Scott was really going through it too in this, because basically,
yeah, that sucks. He's like, who do I even love?
Yeah, he doesn't know who he loves. Like, he just had a kid with the fake person that he thought was his wife, but it wasn't actually his wife.
He literally got like the biggest catfishing of all time.
Yeah, he cheated on his wife with his wife.
Harder than anyone.
Yeah, do you get mad at that?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm the real one, I'm be like, you really couldn't tell that she was fake.
Yeah, I guess that's something that you would think of.
I mean, there's just no way out of it. Like, he literally fucked.
But if they're the exact same person,
memories and everything,
memories, all of it.
Like, and even the person, even the person you were cheating on you with thought you were cheating. Like,
yeah,
that's toxic. And then she just leaves. Like, what was that? She really should have stayed. I hope she goes and finds Storm, though.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking they were going to run into each other at that bar.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do with Madeline. In Marvel Comics currently, she is the king or queen of the underworld. She's the Goblin Queen.
That's pretty awesome, actually. She sounds more interesting. Limbo.
She does sound more interesting.
She sounds more interesting than the main plot.
A lot of people actually say that about Madeline, because there's a lot of Jean hate, like in Marvel sometimes, especially during back in the day. Like, Madeline's a very beloved character. Like
that
currently.
one sounds cool.
And even back then, when she was revealed as a clone, people liked Madeline a lot.
She's a literal girl boss.
From the one episode I've seen, I prefer Madeline to Jean.
That's fair. I think I probably would too at this point. But hopefully Jean gets some redemption. But yeah, what did you guys think about? Obviously, Madeline was pregnant at the end of episode 2.
What?
No.
And they have the baby in episode 3. What did you guys think about all that? The baby's kidnapped by Mr. Sinister and Madeline.
Hate when that happens, man.
Yeah, and Mr. Sinister starts trying to create the perfect human mutant hybrid thing.
Unfortunate for Cyclops. He literally got turned into a breeding experiment.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah, like Sinister is really think about Sinister's plan here. He got 2 of the most powerful mutants. Like with the, I guess like he studied them and like
actually
knew their
that's one
exact
thing
DNA.
I wonder. Like Jean, I understand, but Cyclops, really? Like you couldn't have picked someone better.
It's not necessarily like Cyclops because of his powers. It's because like that specific combination of Jean and Scott, like their DNA creating a kid, is going to create a mutant that is so powerful. Like if Jean had a kid with another person, it wouldn't be the same.
Oh, they're just meant for
baby.
each other.
So did he luck out that they liked each other, or did he play them into liking each other?
You'll have to see. But there is, because in the comics,
that would be hilarious if he like basically matchmakered them.
Yeah, in the comics, he actually, there is so much, and it's been retconned 1,000 times, but there's so much in there that Sinister like literally played everything from the beginning, like setting them up and making all of that possible.
This is some Zetsu type shit.
Yeah, Sinister's like he's like Sinister. A master planner. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But do you guys know who that baby is?
I forgot its name already.
I don't remember it.
Nathan. His name's Nathan.
Oh yeah, so it's Nathan Drake.
No. Do you guys actually not know who it is?
Nope.
Oh wow, that's surprising. I thought you guys would know. Bert, you don't know either?
No.
He has a techno-organic virus that Sinister gave him because Scott broke him out of his little... That part was crazy too. Sinister literally puts this little infant in a test tube. And I'm like...
That was...
This is crazy.
Submerged him in some liquid.
Yo, bad move though. Like if you see someone like in some test tube life support thing, you don't just shoot it with a laser.
Yeah, right.
Like, what if it was flammable liquid?
Especially if your kids in there.
The baby just explodes.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me just laser beam my
That would have
kid.
been the ultimate like trap card, was to fill it with like a flammable liquid.
It was just a prank the whole time.
Yeah, right. So, quick little synopsis. They do get Nathan back, but unfortunately he has been infected with a techno-organic virus, which is slowly turning his body into like inorganic technology. So eventually, at some point, he will be completely taken over by that. And so, Bishop finally gets his time-traveling device fixed by Beast. And they figure that the only chance that Nathan has is for Bishop to take Nathan back to the future. And hopefully that they have some sort of a cure or a ability to fix the techno-organic virus. But why are they so
upset? If he's going back to the future where his thing was made, couldn't he just get a fresh one and come back?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. There's some sort of like reason that he can't come back or something. I don't know. I don't think he's actually supposed to even be there. I think was like a problem. Like he was originally not supposed to stay as long as he was because time traveling can affect so much.
That was obvious. He got trapped there or something, but I don't know. It seemed like you'd think he could just come back, but everyone was clearly implying that he can't.
Yeah. But that baby is a very important character. So
I hope it doesn't get confusing now with us jumping between 2 different time periods.
I don't think they're going to, at least not for a little bit. I think they'll kind of wait. But yeah, that baby is... You guys know who it is. You just don't know that that baby turns into him.
Why don't you tell us?
Doubt it.
Actually, don't tell us. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I wasn't going to spoil
I want to
it.
be surprised.
He said spoil it. Wait, no.
Yeah. I kind of like...
best guess, Bert.
I know who it is.
Are you sure Bert knows who it is?
I'm not going. Yeah, he knows. I'm not going to confirm or deny if you get it right. So you can take a guess, but I'm not going to tell you. Don't do any Google searches because you'll find out right away.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
My God.
Yeah. All right. You'll find out eventually, hopefully.
I don't know any techno people in the X-Men.
I don't know either.
Yeah, you do. I could give it away with a single hint, but I'm not going to.
There's no way I know any techno people in the X-Men.
He's not.
Is it Techno from Danny Phantom?
No. But I'll let you guys think about it. All right. Well, I think that's basically everything for this episode. So
that fire kid in the orphanage from Deadpool. I don't know.
Good guess. Yeah, we will let you guys know when we are going to finish Halo 4. We still haven't started that. So,
but also, Invincible wraps up by our next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Does it? I thought episode 7 is Wednesday.
Episode 7 was the last one.
Oh shit! So this is the last episode then, this Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll talk about the episode on our next episode, but I just want to say, even though like on their own episodes are good, I feel like nothing has happened.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting. It definitely feels a lot slower this season.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but we'll talk about that on the next one. So stay tuned for that. We will see you guys on the next episode.
Keep it salty.
Nice.